What if I told you that 3 vegetables sitting in your refrigerator right now could be silently stealing years from your life? What if the very foods you've been told are healthy and good for you are actually accelerating your aging process, weakening your bones, clouding your mind, and setting you up for chronic diseases that could rob you of your golden years? I know this sounds shocking. I know it goes against everything you've heard from doctors, nutritionists, and health experts your entire life. But the truth is, after age 60, your body changes in ways that most people don't understand. The same vegetables that might have been beneficial when you were younger can now become silent saboteurs, working against your health instead of supporting it. You see, as we age, our digestive system becomes more sensitive. Our ability to process certain compounds diminishes. Our immune system, which once could handle inflammatory foods without issue, now struggles and becomes overwhelmed. What's worse is that the damage these vegetables cause happens so gradually that you might not even notice it at first. Maybe you've been wondering why you wake up feeling stiff and achy every morning, why your energy levels have plummeted, why you feel foggy and forgetful more often than you'd like to admit, why your doctor keeps finding new issues during your checkups. You might have chalked it all up to just getting older, but what if I told you that some of these problems could be directly linked to what's on your dinner plate? The 3 vegetables I'm about to reveal are consumed by millions of Americans over 60 every single day. They're hiding in your salads, cooked into your favorite dishes, and praised by health magazines as superfoods. But recent research has uncovered a dark truth about these seemingly innocent vegetables that could change everything you thought you knew about healthy eating after 60. Today, I'm going to expose the 3 vegetables that are working against your longevity after age 60. But more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly why these vegetables become problematic as we age, what they're doing to your body at the cellular level, and how you can protect yourself starting today. This isn't about creating fear or telling you to stop eating vegetables altogether. Vegetables are crucial for health at any age, but the key is knowing which ones support your aging body and which ones fight against it. The difference between the two could literally add years to your life and life to your years. Here's what you need to understand. After 60, your body enters what scientists call inflammaging, a state where chronic, low-level inflammation becomes your body's default setting. This inflammation is like a slow-burning fire inside your body, gradually damaging your cells, your organs, and your DNA. Some vegetables, particularly the 3 I'm about to reveal, act like gasoline on this fire. These vegetables contain specific compounds that, while harmless to younger bodies, become problematic for aging systems. They can trigger inflammatory cascades, interfere with nutrient absorption, disrupt your gut microbiome, and even accelerate the cellular aging process. The scary part is that the damage accumulates over time, often going unnoticed until it's already caused significant harm. But here's the good news. Once you know what these vegetables are and why they're problematic, you can make simple swaps that will dramatically improve how you feel. You'll discover that there are plenty of delicious, nutritious alternatives that actually support healthy aging instead of working against it. I've spent years researching the connection between diet and longevity, and I can tell you with certainty that the information I'm about to share could be the most important thing you learn about nutrition after 60. This isn't just theory, it's based on cutting-edge research from institutions like Harvard Medical School, the Mayo Clinic, and the National Institute on Aging. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap for optimizing your vegetable choices to support your health, energy, and longevity. You'll know exactly what to remove from your diet and what to add instead. But before we dive into these 3 dangerous vegetables, I need to know you're with me. If you're serious about protecting your health and adding healthy, vibrant years to your life, show me by hitting that subscribe button right now and turning on notifications. That way, you'll never miss crucial health information that could change your life. And here's how I'll know you're really paying attention. If this information resonates with you and you want to see more content like this, type longevity in the comments below. If you think this is all nonsense, type skeptical. Your engagement helps me understand what kind of content serves you best, and it helps other people over 60 find this life-changing information. I also want to hear from you throughout this video. Have you been eating any of these vegetables regularly? Have you noticed any of the symptoms I'm about to describe? Your experience could help someone else watching this video, so don't be shy about sharing in the comments. Now let's get to the truth that could transform your health after 60. Dangerous vegetable. 3. Spinach, the iron trap. I know what you're thinking. Spinach? Really? The vegetable that Popeye made famous for giving him strength? Yes, unfortunately, spinach becomes problematic after 60, and here's why. Spinach is loaded with something called oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can wreak havoc on an aging body. While younger people can typically process these oxalates without issue, after 60, your kidneys become less efficient at filtering them out. This leads to oxalate accumulation, which can cause kidney stones, joint pain, and even interfere with the absorption of crucial minerals like calcium and magnesium. But that's not the worst part. Spinach is also extremely high in iron, containing about 2.7 milligrams per cup. Now, you might think that's a good thing. After all, don't we need iron? Here's the problem. After menopause in women and around age 60 in men, our bodies lose the ability to regulate iron absorption effectively. We start accumulating excess iron in our organs, particularly the liver, heart, and brain. This excess iron acts like rust inside your body, generating free radicals that damage your cells and accelerate aging. Studies have shown that high iron levels in older adults are associated with increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, liver damage, and even Alzheimer's disease. The iron in spinach is non-heme iron, which is poorly absorbed, but can still contribute to this dangerous accumulation over time. There's another hidden danger in spinach that most people don't know about. It's one of the vegetables most heavily contaminated with pesticides. The Environmental Working Group consistently ranks spinach in the top 3 of their dirty dozen list. As we age, our liver's ability to detoxify these chemicals diminishes, meaning these pesticides can build up in our system and contribute to chronic inflammation and cellular damage. Many people over 60 consume spinach daily in smoothies, salads, and cooked dishes, thinking they're doing something healthy for their body. But if you've been experiencing unexplained fatigue, joint stiffness, or digestive issues, your daily spinach habit could be the culprit. Dangerous vegetable 2. Tomatoes, the nightshade nightmare. Tomatoes might seem like one of the healthiest vegetables you can eat. They're rich in lycopene, vitamin C, and other antioxidants. But here's what most people don't realize. Tomatoes belong to a family of plants called nightshades, and these can become increasingly problematic as we age. Nightshade vegetables contain compounds called glycoalkaloids, with the primary one in tomatoes being tomatine. In younger people, these compounds are typically broken down efficiently by the digestive system. But after 60, our digestive enzymes become less active and our gut lining becomes more permeable, a condition often called leaky gut. When glycoalkaloids aren't properly broken down, they can pass through this compromised gut lining and trigger inflammatory responses throughout the body. This inflammation particularly affects the joints, which is why many people with arthritis report that their symptoms worsen when they eat nightshade vegetables like tomatoes. But the problems with tomatoes go beyond inflammation. They're also highly acidic, with a pH of around 4.3. As we age, our body's ability to buffer acid decreases, and this excess acidity can leach calcium from our bones, contributing to osteoporosis. It can also irritate the digestive tract, leading to acid reflux, stomach ulcers, and other gastrointestinal problems that become more common after 60. There's another concerning aspect of tomatoes that affects older adults specifically. They can interfere with calcium absorption. Tomatoes contain compounds that bind to calcium in the digestive tract, preventing it from being absorbed into the bloodstream. For people over 60 who are already at risk for bone loss and fractures, this interference with calcium absorption can be particularly dangerous. Many people consume tomatoes in multiple forms throughout the day, fresh in salads, cooked in sauces, processed in soups and condiments. This constant exposure to inflammatory compounds can create a state of chronic inflammation that accelerates aging and increases the risk of age-related diseases. If you've been struggling with joint pain, digestive issues, or unexplained inflammation, your tomato consumption could be a contributing factor. The sad truth is that the lycopene benefits that tomatoes are famous for can be obtained from other, less inflammatory sources. Dangerous vegetable 1. Kale, the goitrogen giant. This might be the most shocking revelation of all. Kale has been hailed as the ultimate superfood, packed into smoothies, salads, and health drinks. It's been promoted as the answer to everything from cancer prevention to weight loss. But for people over 60, kale can be one of the most dangerous vegetables you can consume regularly. The primary problem with kale lies in its extremely high concentration of goitrogens, compounds that interfere with thyroid function. Your thyroid gland is responsible for regulating your metabolism, energy levels, body temperature, and dozens of other crucial functions. As we age, thyroid function naturally declines, and this is why many people over 60 experience unexplained weight gain, fatigue, brain fog, and feeling cold all the time. Kale contains some of the highest levels of goitrogens of any vegetable. These compounds block the absorption of iodine, which your thyroid needs to produce hormones. They also interfere with the conversion of the inactive thyroid hormone T4 to the active form T3. For someone over 60 whose thyroid is already struggling, regular kale consumption can push them into a state of functional hypothyroidism. But the goitrogen problem is just the beginning. Kale is also extremely high in vitamin K, about 684 micrograms per cup, which is over 500% of the daily recommended intake. While vitamin K is important for bone health and blood clotting, too much can be dangerous, especially for older adults taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin. The high vitamin K content in kale can interfere with these medications, potentially leading to dangerous blood clots. Kale also contains high levels of oxalates, similar to spinach. A single cup of raw kale contains about 17 milligrams of oxalates. When consumed regularly, these oxalates can accumulate in the kidneys, forming painful kidney stones. They can also bind to minerals in the digestive tract, preventing the absorption of calcium, magnesium, and iron, nutrients that are already challenging for older adults to absorb efficiently. There's another hidden danger in kale that's particularly relevant for people over 60. It can significantly impact blood sugar levels. Despite being a leafy green, kale contains compounds that can cause blood sugar spikes in some individuals, particularly those with insulin resistance or diabetes, conditions that become more common with age. Perhaps most concerning of all is kale's effect on the liver. The liver is responsible for detoxifying everything we consume, and it naturally becomes less efficient as we age. Kale contains high levels of compounds that require significant liver processing. When consumed regularly, especially in large quantities like in daily smoothies, kale can overwhelm an aging liver's capacity, leading to a buildup of toxins and inflammatory compounds. Many people over 60 have jumped on the kale bandwagon, consuming it daily in smoothies, salads, and cooked dishes. They've been led to believe that more is better when it comes to this superfood. But if you've been experiencing unexplained fatigue, weight gain, brain fog, digestive issues, or worsening arthritis symptoms, your daily kale consumption could be the hidden culprit. The irony is heartbreaking. People are consuming kale thinking they're doing the best thing possible for their health, when in reality, they might be accelerating their aging process and setting themselves up for chronic health problems. Now that you know about these 3 dangerous vegetables, you're probably wondering what you should eat instead. The good news is that there are plenty of delicious, nutritious vegetables that actually support healthy aging instead of working against it. Instead of spinach, try arugula or watercress. These leafy greens provide similar nutrients, but without the high oxalate content. They're also less likely to be contaminated with pesticides and are easier for aging digestive systems to process. Instead of tomatoes, focus on colorful bell peppers, especially red and yellow varieties. They provide even more vitamin C than tomatoes, along with beneficial carotenoids, but without the inflammatory nightshade compounds. Carrots and sweet potatoes are also excellent alternatives that provide similar antioxidants without the acid load. Instead of kale, try Swiss chard, bok choy, or collard greens. These vegetables provide similar nutrients, but with lower goitrogen content and better mineral absorption. They're gentler on the thyroid and easier for aging digestive systems to handle. The key is to focus on vegetables that are anti-inflammatory, easy to digest, and supportive of aging physiology. Vegetables like zucchini, cucumbers, asparagus, and broccoli, in moderation, are excellent choices for people over 60. Remember, this isn't about eliminating vegetables from your diet. It's about making smarter choices that support your body's changing needs as you age. The truth I've shared with you today might be difficult to accept, especially if you've been consuming these vegetables regularly. But knowledge is power, and now you have the power to make informed decisions about your health. Remember, aging doesn't have to mean accepting decline. By making smart nutritional choices, you can maintain your energy, protect your health, and add vibrant years to your life. The 3 vegetables I've discussed today might seem like small things, but small changes can have profound impacts on how you age. Your body has carried you this far, and it deserves the best care you can give it. That means being selective about what you put into it, especially after 60, when every nutritional choice becomes more important. I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 3 vegetables have you been eating regularly? Have you experienced any of the symptoms I described? And most importantly, what changes are you planning to make based on what you've learned today? If this video opened your eyes to something you never knew before, please hit that like button and share it with someone you care about who's over 60. This information could literally change their life. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss life-changing health information like this. Your future self will thank you for the knowledge you're gaining today. Remember, you have more control over your aging process than you might think. Make every meal count, and here's to your health, vitality, and longevity.